Man, I can't wait to watch this match.
Well, guys, you enjoy yourself, and I'll get back to you. Thank you for sitting in.
Okay. Thorsten has actually played two more matches than Dennis. Had to go through the losers bracket. He lost to Mika, and then he beat his good friend Dieter Johns, who was one of the revelations of this tournament. And there were three German players that we hadn't seen before, and two of them are still here.
Yeah, I think Thorsten lost the match in the preliminaries to Kiamko, but Warren ran 100 and out. You know,
Right.
not much you can do there.
It's very unusual to see Thorsten sitting that long.
Dennis Orcollo hasn't lost a match in the tournament yet. He's been playing really solid. In case you guys don't know, he's from the Philippines, but he plays straight pool as good as anybody I've seen, you know. I saw him warming up for Derby, and that straight pool challenge was 4 innings. His lowest run in 4 innings was 70, with a 98, 114, and an 87 in there. You know, so he can play. Thorsten's breaking, coming 2 rails, trying to leave a long shot, bring the balls back in the rack.
He actually breaks from the other side of the table from where you would expect. Notice, characteristic habits that players have. Thorsten is always going to the patch on his chest.
A long shot and a 1 ball. Looks like he's just playing for the 10. He took the shot he can make.
Yeah, it's
He hit the pocket a little fuller than he wanted to, and he ended up on the rail. But at that distance, it's so hard to be super accurate. You know, making the ball is an accomplishment. Yeah, you shoot the 8, you'll probably miss the 6. You know, you might run into the 10. If you miss the 10, you'll have position on the 6 for a breakout. If you hit the 10, as long as you don't scratch in the side, you're okay. Good to see how he shoots off the rail. You got by the 10. Went a little far in the 6. You got an option to shoot the 10 in the corner and play shapes for the 6. Or you can just shoot the 6 right now. You know, why mess around with it? Something to do with his height. Might have an opinion on whether he shoots the 10 first. He couldn't quite reach the 6 ball easily. He'll draw this to the rail, I think. And, came a little further.
right. I thought that was a little severe angle for.
What's nice about this angle, you might be able to reach it from the side of the table a little bit. Thin shot here. I didn't like the speed at which he hit that shot.
You would have hit it harder.
Well, he sort of let up on it.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
He sort of let up on it a little bit. That's probably why he missed it. Thorsten's going to move the 15 ball. I don't see a lot of trouble here. You just got to keep your cue ball up in the open. 13 goes in the corner. You know, he plays position for it pretty quickly. Anything that might be a little tricky to get on, you want to do it as soon as possible. Play for the 12 on the side. 14 15 in the corner, 9 ball. You know, if you get in the middle of the balls, a lot of times you have choices of shots rather than stay on the outside of the rack. If you can get in the middle of the rack, you can start picking them off and just shooting them back and forth. Yeah, I don't know if that 11 ball goes.
Yeah, that's,
It must, you know.
yeah, again, when we're looking, when you're not at the table, it looks tighter than it really is.
But usually you can tell when a player plays position a certain way that the ball goes. Otherwise, they wouldn't have got there. Nice cue ball. Couldn't get in trouble there, even if he bumped the 15 slightly. But get rid of that 9 and the 4 on the rail. He's got break shots on both sides of the table. Again, you can leave as many as possible before you have to make up your mind. He's going to move the 10. He's already got a plan that he's breaking from the left side of your screen.
Right.
He's going to follow up, try to get a little straighter on this 4 ball or possibly the 5. Either the 5 or the 4 is about equal difficulty to get on the 3 ball. You know, that's why I looked over at the 5. Another reason, you want to check your angle so you can get up on the 3 ball. You'd rather not get straight in. He's got a slight angle, but you got to hit this pretty hard to get position in the side pocket. You might just slide over for the corner.
As you said.
You know, it's just a stop
Yeah.
shot. When you have a ball like that, a key ball, a lot of times it's in a position where if you can just get straight on it in any pocket, you'll be around the same area. You're only a ball length off. You know, and you can always stun through to where the ball is if you want to go through a little bit. So the key is to get straight in on that key ball in any number of pockets that's available to you.
Okay, score is 11-3.
Getting through that first rack is big, and how you hit this first break shot.
Okay, he didn't let up on that one.
No, he didn't let up. No. I remember yesterday I thought he was going to hit the break shot soft, and I said, I think he's going to take something off this ball. But all he did was take the paint off the object ball. If Thorsten gets in his rhythm, it's lights out. But these first few racks, you know, you'll see a good player, you should slow down the first couple racks. You know, make sure you get on the balls, get the speed of the table down, get your feel for the day.
Going to the ladies' aid for the second time.
Yeah, here, you know, if you move the 12 ball, you know, the 2 ball goes. Really a lot of different ways you can play this. The 10's is break ball right now. Move the 12, that opened up the 5 and the 2. You get into 14, again, you don't want to get straight in. That hurts you. You got a ball, you can just level and roll this in. You got a ball in the side pocket. The 4 ball that you can play position on. The 8 ball, you know, would be also good. You know, you might follow with inside English. He's looking at the 4 ball. You can follow 2 rails with inside English and try to get on the 8 ball too. Doesn't quite have an angle on the 8 where he can stop for the 9, so he's going to try to probably get up on the 3 or the 8 there. Okay, now it's 8, 9, 2, 5, 3, or 9, 5, 2, 3. Depending on how you fall on it, you look at the shot. What's easiest to get on, the 5 or the 2 ball? And he might have been trying to get on the 5 there, and he got a little angle that he didn't like, so he just shot the 2 and went to the rail. This one you want an angle to either stop, draw back a little bit, or a slight angle where you're going toward the back of the table away from the rack. So you're not getting closer to the ball when you do that little slide shot.
$25-3.
This is a big rack. I expect him, he's hitting the top of the rack, it looks like a little bit. He's going to run into the 4 ball, or it could be the 8. We'll wait and see. But the top ball. And you want to run into the near top ball when you're breaking balls. It looks like you can force follow, and just keep your cue ball from coming back to the side. It should just stop right there or go to the side rail. I don't expect to draw a shot here. See how he had the follow on it? You can tell when it hit the rail, it dove down. Yeah, you got the bare minimum opening up the rack the way he did. But he's got a shot in the corner. That's what makes straight pull tough. You can open them perfectly, hit the break shot, and end up with no shot. If those balls would have been tied up a little differently, he wouldn't have had a shot. So when a ball peeks out after the break shot, you just got to make it, A lot of people think straight pull players aren't good shot makers because they see the pattern play and the short shots. But because of the break shot and the luck factor, you got to shoot a lot of tough shots after the break. Gene, who do you think's playing the best pool in this tournament?
Well, you always got to like Van Boning, right? But I think, Dennis, he hasn't lost. He's played 7 games, hasn't lost, has the high run. Those are pretty good indications.
Yeah, I have the same assessment. I figure those 2 players in Warren Kiamko up to this point have played the best. Of course, Darren Appleton, he hasn't had a loss either, and he showed some good fortitude coming back on the killer Filler, Josh Filler from Germany, great player, great young player, 17 years old, ran 100 balls on Darren. I'm sure that would have given me a heart attack, but Darren had the fortitude and came back and won the match. But we expect to see a lot of things from Josh Filler in the future.
Right. Usually, in a tournament like this, I figure you wind up with 203 games in this format. And the more events you have, the more things are going to happen in a normal and predictable way. So it's very hard in a tournament like this to have like a Cinderella man who comes out of nowhere. But I suppose the biggest surprise right now, um, being here on Friday, is the two Germans we haven't seen before, Filler and Versbicki. So I hope I didn't brutalize his name. Are still here.
Werbitsky.
Verbitsky.
Yeah, he's. I think he's won like 5 European senior titles. In straight pool. Werbitsky wasn't a secret. This Filler kid, I saw him warming up, and I said, "Man, this kid can play." And he kind of looked up at me. He knew I was scouting. He kind of looked up at me and gave me a nod. Like, yeah, I can play.
Well, he'll be playing Jason Shore, the one that they said he shoots faster than, which is hard to believe.
Oh, okay. So we have a quick 200-point match.
I guess.
So I just want to give a little suggestion to Mayor de Blasio. The 2-hour meters on Steinway Street are good for the round robin. As we get into these longer matches, we need some 3 and 4 hour meters, please.
Yeah, you should be able to just keep paying and keep your spot. All he's making us do is walk out there and pay your bill. Thorsten classic pattern there at the end. Stop, stop, stop. The last couple balls.
Plus the fact that at this point he's now completed 3 racks, so he's finished off 3 racks. And now you start feeling that Thorsten is there. Should pick up the pace.
Yeah, this is the time where, you'll see that. Again, you always slow down a little bit on that break shot. Make sure you hit it good. Uncharacteristically, missed 2 break shots the other day in the preliminaries. He hit that hard enough to draw it to the end rail and back to the center, but he didn't hit the top of the ball in the rack. He hit it dead on, and it just draws straight across to the side rail and usually back to the center of the table, depending on what kind of kisses you get. Again, there's no 2 balls touching here, and the ones that he's got to worry about he's able to go after immediately. So now this whole rack is wide open. He's got a couple break shots sitting out there. I don't know. The 3 might be in the rack. The 5s are good. The 6 is a break shot too. So it's just a matter of, keeping your angles here.
How was your trip?
Notice how he punched off the rail a little bit, cheated the pocket. Why shoot on the rail if you don't have to? Nice little foul stroke. He almost got by the 14. He's looking at the one in the side, but he'll probably shoot the 14 and slide over. Or if he likes his angle on the 1, he'd like to get rid of that 8 and the 7 early on. So he's already committed, that the 5's not going to be there. He's probably thinking the 6 ball already. I don't think you want to run into those balls on the side rail. He could have. If you want to win too far, you shoot the 10 ball. But notice how he left one of those balls, like the 14. You leave it there because you want to shoot the play. When you shoot the 10, you want to play position. You don't want to go back up the table for the 2 ball. You know, you leave the 14 there, so you got position on the 14, or you draw back for the 3 ball. If you would have gotten rid of those 2 balls first before you shot the 10, you would have been drawn back for the 2 or the 3 ball.
He takes out the 8 now.
Yeah, you might take the 7 so you don't bump the ball, but he's going to shoot the 8 even though he might touch the 7 slightly. That's what I didn't like about it. You know, you got them both on the rail. I would draw back for the 2 ball here. I don't like getting this angle on the 3 with that
Off the rail, yeah.
with that 11 sticking out there. I think you can draw back, get off the rail a little bit. Yeah, no more coaching. And just stop, take your angle on the 11. You can go either way here. You know, notice how he left an angle to go to the rail on the 11. He wants to get right up near where he's at and go
Right.
2 rails for position on the 6 ball. Yeah, a little bit straight on the 3. He might change around and break with the 3 now. Let's see if he pounds this with a little bit of right-hand English to go 2 rails. I don't think you want to go 1 rail.
Yeah, they're just spinning off. And it's going to wind up just
Excellent
fine.
control.
4th rack.
Yeah, Thorsten can do that shot in his sleep. But I can do it in my dreams. It's early, folks. We're still half asleep over here. So if we sound a little delirious with my comments are, I don't always sleep good when I'm on the road. Again here, you know, this one I expect a forced draw shot to the end rail. Because you're hitting the low side of the 2 ball. If he hits the 2 ball full on the side, he'll go back to the side rail. If not, he's going to go up and down. He rarely ends up on the end rail in this shot. See how it went to the side rail? Believe me, that was hard enough to draw back off the end rail. It's just where you hit the ball, and it didn't really matter, you know, where you hit the ball.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Adrian.
Larry Ross is here. Okay, this is a little more work than you wanted because he doesn't have a window, I don't think.
Yeah, it's close. The 1 ball looks like it's possible. Maybe
Oh, he's got a
he should
spot
have
shot the 9, yeah.
Here's the first real tester.
Right.
And like I was saying, after the break, I don't care how well you break them. A lot of times you're shooting a shot like this.
Mm.
And you kind of mishit that, you know.
I never saw Thorsten Hohman jump up like that. He must have knew he missed it as soon
Yeah,
as he
that's-
struck it.
They both stroked the shot similarly on their misses. Orcollo and now you just notice how he didn't just rush up there and shoot the 9 or the 8. You know, you got to think about this a little bit. You know, make sure if you shoot the 9, you get on the ball. You know, he's liable to shoot the 15 over here.
Right.
You know, because he's not going into any balls. He's going to the rail with that one. But because of the stroke and you got to kill the cue ball, it's a little bit of a tester.
Oh, he changed up to the 8.
So what's that tell you, Gene? One of the greatest shot makers in the world will rethink and shoot the shot he feels more comfortable with. Why the hell are we shooting all the hard shots? Yeah, that's the right shot. You got to shoot that. No, it's not the right shot if you miss it. when you take that discipline and you go the other way in a shot, that shows me that a guy is working. You know, you have to work straight pull. You got to respect the game. Once you get loose, then you can start dictating to the game a little bit. Before then, it kind of dictates how you're going to play. One thing about these pros, they shoot these back pockets really nice. I'm glad I didn't jinx them.
Yeah, I was thinking.
I was looking to see if the ball was going to roll off a little bit.
Yeah, but we've been commenting that those are Sisters of Mercy, those upper pockets.
They had shocked that he went into those balls like that. But again, these corner pockets, he's short. He's used to shooting shooting these shots in the corner pocket. You know, they're just, you know, he's got to play position behind the ball where he can reach it a lot of times. And he's used to shooting balls in the upper pockets. But it is a little bit of a disadvantage when you're getting the bridge all the time and
Right
doing
now.
stuff like that.
Like right now.
Yeah, like Dallas West told me that Boston Shorty would have won probably 2 or 3 more world titles if he was, you know, 4 or 5 inches taller. I asked Boston Shorty one time, "Hey, why do they call you Boston Shorty?" He goes, "'Cause I'm from Boston."
That's right.
He was a great guy.
Talking about Boston, Marty Herman said he was coming down. But,
Thanks for preparing us.
I'm just giving you a heads up.
You gotta be ready for Marty. He's one of a kind.
Just
I always like Marty. We always have fun.
second pool shooting school teacher I've seen in the room this week, Steve Ram. Yeah, so Mike Lieber on Monday night. Of course, Steve Miserak was a school teacher.
Yeah, the Miss taught history, right? I believe. He made history, too. Yeah, some of the great things I loved about hanging around with Dallas West is I got to hang around with some of these late great players like Lou Batera and Steve Miserak. And, you know, guys that are still around like Buddy Hall and, you know, Siegel. You know, they all talked nice to me because I was with Dallas, and getting to meet all these Hall of Famers and hang out with them was pretty good. The day Jim Rempe got inducted into the BCA Hall of Fame, and I sat with him for lunch, just the two of us, you know. Had a nice heart-to-heart talk.
Right. This is one of the reasons I love this sport so much. You don't like have lunch with Alex Rodriguez, you know?
No, and you don't get to date supermodels either. But yeah, the proximity of pool, you know, you're right around these players. You know, they're in the pool hall. Where else are they going to play? You gotta, you know, golfers are in the golf course, but you don't go out and enforce them with them. You don't get to see them. You know, where pool players, they're playing right in front of you. You know, you can just come and watch the best in the world right here at Steinway. And for that reason, all the guys seem to be, you know, very approachable. Sean called me mate the other day. What an honor.
Yeah, he's been doing that recently. Can't lose that mate stuff.
Well, you don't want him to. It's colorful.
Darren Appleton's dad, I was talking to him outside yesterday. He said, "He's a good bloke, ain't he?" I said, "What?" He's a good bloke, ain't he? Darren barely escaping after between that match between him and Joshua Phillip. Both made errors to allow each other to win it. and Darren come out on top. Is that me wheezing? Who's wheezing like that?
It's probably me.
Is it? How about one of these to clear you right up?
Thanks, Al.
I said one, not a pocket full, Gene. Why would you? Just like a normal school teacher. You're welcome.
Hey, I'm on a fixed income. If I'm getting an income, it must be fixed.
Very typical, you'll see that two-rail position, and he's just like Thorsten. He's going to have to bounce this with his center ball with the left-hand English. You know, go through a little bit. It's like center high. I don't like one-rail shapes here. I hope he goes two.
Yes, sir.
These guys do it in their sleep, I'm telling you. That's a shot you have to master in straight pull. I think Dennis is the best straight pull player out of the Filipinos. Warren's really close. Warren Quiaco. Ephraim don't play too bad either.
Finished second to Schmitty.
Yeah, the year Ephraim finished second, he used to hang out in Chicago when he first came to this country. The year after he won the Reds tournament, and he was first introduced in 1985. He was at Reds, or 86.
Hey, guys, sorry to cut you short. Larry Ross, the legendary, stepping
Sorry, guys. Am I live or dead?
in. You just flew in. You're still alive.
Okay, still alive.
If you have any pain, it means you're alive.
Yeah, you know.
And right now, Thorsten Hohman is feeling the pain. He missed jumped up on a three-ball up in the upper left-hand corner. And
Larry, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Larry remembers Reds at I-10 in Uvalde in Houston, Texas. It was a great joint.
It was. It was one of the best.
And Ephraim first came to this country, and he just robbed the tournament. You know, Calcutta finished first, and you know he was beating all the American players. He played a left-handed game with Keith McCready. You know, and Buddy Hall beat him a set for 10,000.
Well, you know, you go back to those days.
But I saw him playing in the World Tournament when he finished second, getting back to what Gene said. I saw Ephraim warming up, and he's shooting like the ball in the corner pocket where the cue ball is now, like the 7 ball. He missed it 3 in a row. And Ephraim looks up, he sees me. Hey, Tommy. I go, what's the matter, Ephraim? He goes, I go, I never seen you miss 3 in a row. I go, you used to miss once a month when I first saw you. He goes, I can't play anymore, Tommy. I go, oh, really? That's too bad. He finished second in the tournament and ran 100 balls in the finals. That's, you know, guys
He
like
got lucky,
that
though.
feel they're playing bad, you know.
He got lucky.
And
Well.
they're so great that, you know,
Yeah.
their bad is lane years ahead of what good is.
You know, they all told me, Parika, Efren, most of the Filipinos, they never wanted to play 2 players when they come over, Buddy Hall and Earl. And I said, why? And they said, because they play like we do. That was his answer.
Well, I think like we do is what he was referring to is their hunger to play. You know, these guys play pool for a living.
Yeah.
You know, and they're raw meat players, Dallas West used to call them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like they lock them up and throw them some raw meat once in a while. And, you know, bring them out to play. You know, Buddy Hall is like that. Stone Killer. You know, Earl too. You know, them days. Yeah, it was. You know, just so much
So the
talent.
Filipinos are raw meat eaters, and the Americans are stone killers, stone cold killers.
At least those 2 guys were.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, Dennis, you know, he was a fisherman, I heard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fisherman for sure.
And who would have thought he'd still be fishing these days, you know, looking for fishes to play.
He says there's too many piranhas.
One thing I know about the Philippines, you need a sponsor to play pool. And the sponsor's not going to stay with you if you lose for a long period of time. You know, so these guys are all hungry. If they want to play, they have to win. You know, it's pretty simple. You know, it's like, you know, your great boxers in the day and still today are the ones that are hungry. You know, come out of a rough area, you know.
Eye of the tiger.
I had a
They
friend of
gotta
mine,
have
he
it.
was,
Well, you know, that's about anywhere else too, Tom. I mean,
Yeah.
here in the States, if you're not a good basketball player,
Sorry,
you're
people.
not going to pick up a sponsor. You got to be top of your game, or in any sport here to get a sponsorship.
well, when I mean sponsor, I mean backer.
Oh, backer, that's different.
Yeah, you don't get a patch with a backer.
I think Larry used to give out patches for his players.
Did he?
I don't know.
He's
He's on his phone.
he's always in and out. He said he'll sit in the booth for 2 minutes. He'll get a phone call.
He's like
Actually,
that.
Earl Strickland
He's
just
like
called
that
in.
movie, Mr. Deeds, with the butler and Quinn.
He's all over the place, right?
And all of a sudden he appears out of nowhere.
How did you get from here to here? I'm very sneaky, sir.
We never know when he's coming or going.
That looks like, what is that, 30 to 54, right?
That's correct. And it adds up. No scratches.
When Gene says it wears up, he's talking adds up. It's 84 balls. You know, we're counting by 14
Yep.
again. If there's a scratch, the total would have been 83 if there was one foul and a point taken away. So if your score adds up to 86, you made a mistake. Caught the bottom of that ball, even though he had some draw on it, it started going forward on him. Gave him a little scare, I'm sure. But he had enough draw on it to get to the side rail right before the corner.
All right, Larry's back. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah,
Hit him with the
sorry,
hit him-
sorry about that phone, people.
Hit him with the question about the patches.
Yeah, Larry, I was saying that,
Yeah.
you know, you sponsor so many players that you give them a patch like, you know, Simonis or Kamui or to wear.
Never did. In fact, there was an interview we did, with Jim Murnack a few years back under the camera, and Perica said, nobody knows too much about Larry, except if I need 20,000 for a match, I call him. No, my business, no.
So you're flying under the radar, so to say.
Right, my business was not a pool, even though I had a room. I had 2 rooms at one time. They were like social clubs for me, not for income or anything. Years back, I ran a rather large company before I got sick. Umpteen number of employees, 400 here and about 1,000 overseas, and I had to pack it all in when I got ill the first time. So that was
How
it.
are you feeling these days, Larry?
Well, I mean, after my 6th heart surgery recently, 4 months ago, I'm still here. So I guess the Lord wants me around a little longer.
No, he doesn't want you.
Is that it? Maybe he doesn't want
When
me.
he wants you, he'll call for you.
I've
Well, we're
been-
glad you're okay.
Yeah,
that's
I've
for
been
sure.
called a few times. I've been gone a few times, but I fought my way back. But anyway, thanks for asking. No, I'm for my age and for what I've been through, I'm a fighter. That's all. I try
Yeah.
to fight.
God bless.
But as far as patches or anything like that, no. When you're putting the cash up, you don't need them to wear a patch.
Yeah, I kind of thought that was the deal.
Yeah. No.
Okay, that's what fingers would call rearranging the furniture. He didn't have anything definite to get on, so let's see if we can make things different.
It's a tough job rearranging the furniture sometimes.
Hey, just to interrupt you real quick, The Hustlers is on the finale on True TV tonight at 10 p.m.
Is this Friday already?
Yeah.
It is.
Check your local guide on your cable guide. The Hustlers on True TV, right here out of Steinway Billiards, home of the Hustlers.
Oh, I love that program. I thought it was going to be real cheesy, and it is a little cheesy to, guys that grew up around the pool room. But I think they got it pretty spot on in terms of, the feel. What you get. There's always somebody's girlfriend sharking you on the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
You always got the loud mouths. You got the hothead. You got the inspirational guys. And you see the battle within yourself to, what it takes to win, and that's what comes across in the series.
Speaking of girls shocking men, do you remember, I don't know, Tom, I don't know if you would, Gene, but Tom, do you remember Gene the Machine? Gene Cooper? Tommy?
I remember hearing of him.
Yeah, he was a hell of a bar pool player. I mean, on the bar box. And anyway, talking about shocking, his wife used to be with him all the time. And I remember that he was gambling down in Jimmy Hodges' old room, Q Time, down in outside of Greenville, South Carolina. He had a room in, I forget the name of the town, but it was a pleasure to watch her. Never mind him at the table, doing her shock work. But we'll leave it go at that. That's all for now. But I thought you might have known Gene.
I know Benny Conway, and he was
Yeah.
talking with Buddy Hall, and I mentioned like,
Yeah.
people on the sideline sharking me. He said, become part of the shark. Start talking to him,
Right, yeah.
and stuff like that. And that's how you get out of it.
Yeah, Benny I like Benny.
But
Nice.
Buddy goes to him, what do you mean become part of the shark? Become a sucker like them? Buddy Hall was great.
Yeah.
Come back with a good one-liner.
But I've used that on times at work. You start talking to a guy's girlfriend. Just wondering why you're talking to his girlfriend.
Right.
What's he saying to you?
Yeah, all right.
And stuff like. I'm telling her what a great guy he is. And but he don't know that. So she's smiling. Thanks.
Boy, Tom, you got all the moves. You're giving away all top secrets.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta learn something hanging around the pool room with her.
It's good education.
Yeah, Alan talked about how he didn't go to college, get a degree, but he got a degree in pool,
Yeah.
on the streets, and going all over the country and having to play for your breakfast. And, it's been invaluable to him in business.
Okay, wait a second.
Combination.
That's not automatic.
Not only did he play the combination, he tried to play position.
Right.
He definitely was going to have this ball no matter what, but he was trying to get on the 8-ball there.
Yeah. By the way, while we were old-timing it here, Dennis has been working his way through a challenging rack. He had trying all kinds of things.
Maybe just foul for the ball in the side pocket if he gets straight on this ball, or near there.
Yeah.
Again, the angle to go up table, you can see it very clearly here what the player wants. He doesn't want to be going in toward the balls. You'd rather be going away from the balls. You can control You don't have to move a ball. Every time you run into the ball, you're taking a chance of something happening. I don't care how good you hit it. Interesting. He left himself an option where he can get rid of the 6 ball right now. But he'll probably go 8, 6, 9, 2 rails again, or, you know, if he wants to, if he's straight enough on the 6, he'll just drop back for the 9 or the 8. And again, it's just a matter of where you get after you shoot the shot on whether or not you shoot the 9 or the 8 ball. I like this nice little punch stroke you're going to see here. Oops.
Oh.
And moving the 10 ball.
You didn't want to do that.
Now because it's so high up, you got to get straighter on the 10 ball rather than a, you know, a
Think
big
he might
angle.
go to the side with this, though, the 10? He's in,
No.
No, you can't.
not a, what, no.
It's hard to get position for the side from this point.
Yeah.
You know, he's just going to follow a rail probably between the side pocket and the 10 ball. I don't think he wants to go up
No, he's
table.
above the pocket, and
Yeah.
he's
He's got a nice angle, though.
He's got a little,
Little
bigger
far.
angle than you
Yeah,
want.
a little far.
But again, you know, that's what you get paid for when you make these shots. Here you follow, you're going to get into the 7 ball. I don't think you can get into the 6 ball. If you hit it super hard, you can bounce over for the 13, which you don't want to do. So I think your speed has to be as hard as you can hit it and still hit the 7 ball here.
Well, I just got an update here at the commentators booth. If you go to GothamCityBilliardClub.com, GothamCityTechnologies.com, and you're interested in any of the scores on the matches that are not on the live stream, not on the live stream
his
games.
pocket. His pocket, second time in the match.
Ron Mason is keeping live scoring going on the match that's not on the live camera. So it's GothamCityTechnologies.com.
Again, he let up at it just a hair, you know, a little more speed. You know, and he overcut the ball. Usually when you let up on the ball, you
44.
overcut it a little bit. He started out with a 3 ball run before he missed the break,
Yeah.
a breakout shot, and then he missed the break shot here after a 41 ball run. You didn't want to run into anything there. You got the 11 where you wanted to open up the rack. A little hard to get position. He'll
Yes,
probably
sir.
shoot the combo with an inside English and get on that ball. Because this way you leave the 2 ball in
Yeah.
the same spot and you have your protection.
Just like you said, cued it high left.
Yeah, high right.
High right, high right. Yeah,
little
I'm
inside.
looking backwards here.
Now you just level on this this ball, this 11 ball. He doesn't like the angle.
Yeah, he's changing the angle.
And later on in a run, he would have went ahead and just shot that 11 ball, wouldn't even hesitated, you know. But early on, you know, you don't want to mess up. But he didn't get his angle now. Now he's wishing he would have shot it. Regroup a little bit here, shoot the 7. If it's laying right, you can draw back and get a better angle on that ball. It looks like he might skin the 6 a little bit, which is okay. You know, you don't want to skin it too much. I was able to avoid it with a little punch draw stroke. Now here I like to draw back. This way you guarantee your shot at the one ball. If you follow, you might come back and bump the one, and then you're shooting a 5. See how nice you just
Right.
drew off the
Yeah.
back there. Now you roll this one in, just don't hit the 8 ball. You want to hit the 14 very slightly. You'll have the 5 ball next, and you'll have 2 break shots, the 8 and the 14. Now the 8's still in the rack. The 14's perfect, though. It looks like the 12 ball does go.
Yeah. From what I can see up here, it does.
Here you follow and you don't run into any balls here. You know, it looks easy, but it's not that easy to just go between balls with perfect speed like that. He's got the break shot with the 3 ball too. That's why you might shoot the 14. Well, he's going to shoot the 14 because you got the 3 ball, and the 14 gets you on these 3 balls that are kind of tricky. Also, I don't know if he wants to rearrange that 12 ball or not. You know, try to avoid hitting it. Yeah, it was tough.
Right.
The 13 passes, he's home free. It's tight, but when you're shooting these shots, you got to forget the 12 is there and just hit the outside of the pocket. Don't even think the 12 exists. We missed that shot because we hit the ball in the center of the pocket. We're so used to shooting it in the center that your mind actually goes there, and you'll run into the 12 if you win. Could have came back a little more. I think he's able to foul and avoid the 3 or hit it soft enough where he's not going to move it far. Yeah, he was just able to
He's in
avoid
the
the
clear.
3.
Yeah. Right there now.
So you got 8-4-2 or 4-8-2, depending on how you're laying. And you had a little bigger angle on the 8 ball, so you just shot the 4 ball. You got straighter. You're going to be on one of the balls correctly. And then it's just a matter of, what do you feel better with, a little follow or a little draw. There you go. Looks like 68-44 in favor of Thorsten. Usually a good rule of thumb is 50 balls when you leave a good player like this an open shot. It's a minimum of 50. Since Thorsten usually is 60 or 70 when you leave him an open shot. Here comes the stroke. I hope he...
Uh-oh.
That's the Thorsten scratch shot.
Oh, that 14 ball could have lingered there. That would have been nice.
He's got the ball in the corner.
Yeah, but he's still all right.
Yeah.
Well, I
but
don't know if this is all right. You're shooting off the end rail. I'd be like...
Well, they don't like to shoot long if they don't have to, but he's got, when Thorsten plays, you do get balls below the side pockets.
That's what he does, too. He practices shots like this all the time in his videos, and, shooting off the rail.
I think he's fine here.
It was a little shaky there. Hopefully the 5 goes. The 2 was tight by the 8. He definitely got a 9-ball shot, but it looks like to be in the right-hand pocket.
Can you see the 8? I can't tell from here.
No.
No.
He's going to shoot the 5 up in the corner by the 6. And another shot that he practices often, You have to practice his shots. Nobody is like perfect at them. You gotta sit there and practice them over and over like he does. Then you might make one in the world tournament someday. Yeah, great shots. So he got through a couple shaky situations. The last one was dead center pocket. So that's a good sign, when you make a tough shot. Notice how he didn't rush up there and shoot. You just had a couple testers. Let yourself relax a little bit, move around the table, get back in rhythm. Yeah, you might as well shoot the 10 ball rather than the 12. You shoot the 12, you draw into the 4. I think you could shoot the 10 and just roll it in and avoid everything. But again, you don't necessarily like rolling the ball. Yeah, he's gonna shoot the 10. Yeah, I'm surprised he got rid of a break shot there. That quick. The 6 and the 15 look a little high. And that's why he did it. He wanted to get rid of this bad 8 ball while the 1's still out there. You can go 1-11. You got one other bad ball that's on the rail, but you got to get precise position on the balls when they're right near the rail, as opposed to this 4 ball where the cue ball's got a little distance between the rail as it's going to, and you can kill the ball and do stuff with your stroke. It's right on the rail. It makes it a lot harder to kill the ball.
Sorry, Tom, we want to hear you. The microphone was down below your neck. Sounded like the reverb was coming out of your throat. But we still heard it, but it just sounded low on my end. Tom Caravas was the expert.
Okay, hopefully this is a lot better.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, you want to get rid of this 12. There's no reason to leave it around. And you notice how he didn't shoot the 7, because when you get straight on this 11, you want something to shoot at. And you don't want to shoot your break shot, the 6 ball, leave as many break shots as you can, until you decide which to fall on. So there's 7 balls there where you can just kill the ball. Let's see how this little bit of angle, this could be a little tricky. So a nice little punch stroke to kill the ball here. Did it very well. Now there's a couple ways you can do this. You can draw back for the 6 straight in the side. You can follow for the 6. I think he's going to just draw back a little bit. And again, you saw the angle on the 7. That's the reason why he's drawing back, because if he would have followed, he would have been too close straight into the corner pocket with a bad angle on the 6. If you need to get on the 2, you can always go to the rail, but I don't think he has to go to the rail to get straight on the 2 ball. Just roll up there. He took a look at the angle. He's exactly where he wants to be. You can stop or you can roll it and take the place of the 2 ball. I think I would rather stun through, take the place of the 2 ball, or just roll it in here. He stunned it through.
Right. Yeah, a little more angle.
Just to keep his stroke going, A lot of times you start rolling balls, you start letting up on shots. So a good firm stun through shot keeps the arm working. There's 2 schools of pool players too, and do you eat before a match? Do you play hungry? Some guys play better when they're hungry. Other guys can't play on an empty stomach.
Well, how about guys that sing? Because when I got here this morning, Dennis was standing outside by himself, leaning against the wall, singing a song that sounded like harmony coming out of some studio. He sings excellent. I tried to video.
He does.
I tried to videotape him, and he said, "No, then you put it on Facebook."
It was the first
But he
foul.
sings well. You're right, Larry.
He does, yeah.
All the Filipinos sing. Karaoke is like their hobby.
Amazing. And then as I got closer, I realized what he was doing. He had his phone out, actually mimicking the video, the music video that's on the phone. You know, as far as the words, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and keeping in rhythm with the song. Really, really good.
Oh wow. Yeah, I had karaoke, 2 nights a week in my pool room, and I had all of them singing. Alex Pegdalaya and Santos Sabayan.
Yeah.
The only one that didn't sing was Rodolfo Luat. Every other Filipino I knew.
What happened to Rodolfo Luat? I don't hear
No.
anything about him.
He's been a little under the weather,
There's
and
been a lot under the weather, though.
and he's just an instructor in the Philippines right now.
And actually, Andam, what happened to him?
He passed away.
Oh,
He got in a car accident.
Motorcycle accident or
God.
something, right? Something to
Motorcycle, yeah.
that nature. Yeah.
he didn't look like the motorcycle type, but
But it was like way up in the hills of the
yeah,
Philippines.
well, that's where it'll get you.
It's rough too. I know he had a big family, at least
Yeah,
like
yeah.
8, 10 kids.
Yeah.
But
Sad.
they tell me he was the best singer out of all of them.
Really?
And, yeah, he could really carry a tune. He didn't look. How did you tell what a pool player looks like? Or how did you tell what a singer looks like?
You're right.
But the funny thing about singing is, I was talking to a friend of mine when I was going to Dallas for lessons. There were other people that take lessons that weren't really getting the game, the way I was getting it. And I go to a good billiard player. I go, I don't know, my friend, he can't seem to get this. He's always thinking of something else. I'm working on one thing. He sees something else when he goes.
There they are.
How did he stroke that one?
And he told me,
Wow.
I go, why can't he do it like me? He goes, Tommy, two people sing. It's the same song. Doesn't sound the same. There's a little bit of talent that goes with
Right.
it, too.
That's right.
And same thing in pool or any sport.
So Thorsten very authoritatively got that 3-ball cluster solved.
Oh, he hit that break shot like nobody's business.
Yeah.
Wow. Cue ball on the string just danced right into the, what was it, 3 balls against that right rail?
Tommy, I used to sing in the shower a little, but I stopped when my cat jumped out the window after hearing it.
Hopefully you weren't too high up.
Well, I don't know. Never got the cat back, though.
I don't know how high up.
I'm not a cat guy, but
No,
I don't want to see any cat go like that.
Right. No, I wasn't too high up, only on the 12th floor.
Larry, you're brutal.
Okay, you got rid of one problem. The 6, if it's in the rack, you use the 6 to break out the 1 and the 10. It's
He's-
like
he's
it's like
moving
you might
along.
as well shoot the 9 ball here.
Yeah.
You're never going to get better on it.
Back to the match.
A little bit, get off the rail, hit this looks like he's hitting a little left-hand English.
You're very quiet today, Gene.
Well, you guys are like carrying the flag, so
No. Tom is carrying the flag. I'm lucky I'm carrying myself. No, he's
He bounced across. I think the 1 could possibly go. It's hard to tell. He needs to break it, and you got a little angle to pound it over to break those up. You got to play position for one of those 2 balls, or possibly the 2 in the side pocket. So notice how he hit it very accurately. By hitting the 1, he knew he was going to have a shot at the 10. If you would have just knocked those balls over, you wouldn't have had a shot at the 7 or a 2 that you really would have liked to shoot at. So sometimes you move a ball, you got to play position for one of the balls that you're moving. hit a little side rail on that.
Yeah, those loving cups up there.
Yep.
Now this is the question: do you want to go from the 1 to the 2, or would you rather go from the 4 to the 2? He chose to shoot the 4 here, come back for the 1. I thought he was going to come for the 1, but he went on to get on the 2 ball. This is hard to slide across on this shot and get a 1 rail position, you know, so he's just going to roll it in, probably play 2 rail position. Yep. To drop down, get below the ball perfectly so you can go 1 rail again on the 14. From that angle would have been tough, so he just chose to hold up and leave the 2 rail position shot. Very nicely done.
96.
Very nice.
So he's getting to the point where he's running another 60 balls.
Yeah,
He's
he
gonna
might.
run-
He's in a nice rhythm now.
96-44.
Right. We have the pleasure of having Dr. Michael Fadak here, stepping in. Was a main sponsor of this tournament for many years.
Yeah, we can thank him for some great pull. He brought straight pull back.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So take that, Tom Cruise. I think straight pull's surpassing 9 ball now because of 10 ball. 10 ball seems to be a better game. You know, the good players, 9 ball is like a joke to them now. Oh, shucks.
No, it's coming back.
Yeah, he's okay.
He loves that break, doesn't he?
Well, Thorsten created new scratch shots. They weren't there before. Like that one he almost scratched on the
Yeah.
side directly off the rack. I mean, I've done that one time, you know, once or twice now that I've been hitting them harder, you know, trying to copy that. And I said, I never scratched like that in my life. You know, and it's the Thorsten scratch factor.
Tough to get into trouble on this rack.
And that was cute, you know, just push the 5 up a little bit in a better position. You know, you wasn't taking any chances of not getting an angle on the 11. It's about the same thing. He's thinking of shooting the 3 ball here and getting on these balls on top. If you shoot the 11, you know, you got to get on the 8 well to get to the opposite side of it. I think I prefer
Yeah,
to go
he's-
3,
yeah.
4 and get on those balls. You look to see if the 13 went. He had a little angle on the 3 where he was able to get to that spot without removing the 4. When you shoot the 13, you're going to hit the 6 a little bit, slide straight across at half position and the 9. He's got a ball over there that he's not crazy about. You know, he was thinking of taking it off if he could have gotten right back to the same spot. But he was stretching over a little bit further, so he's second thinking the shot.
He's going to take it now with a rake.
Now he assessed that I better shoot this shot. I better get the rack and get rid of this ball. And he drew back to the same spot. Suppy's a little better now. Now he's got an option where he can draw back and play shapes for the 9 or the 6. I think he went a little bit further than he wanted to, but you know, the 6, the 2 ball's gonna slow you down. You just gotta level on it. He jacked up a little bit on it because he didn't want to slide down and have an angle on that 9 ball. He's thinking about that silly 11 ball.
Did he just ask Dennis to get off the phone?
Dennis was doing something. He was, you know, thinking, looking at the words for the next karaoke song or something like that. But he turned around and he said, you know, he was just slightly moving while he was shooting, and I didn't even know Thorsten looked anywhere but the pool table. He seems to always be concentrating and looking on it. You know, a lot of that stuff's inverted, and, you know, you're nervous. Earl last night, he was playing Tony Robles. He wasn't even looking at the match. He was looking in the other direction. They had to call him and inform him that it was his shot.
Yeah, he was kind of schooled that way when he was young. You know what he said? I dropped him off last night. He said, when you sit in that chair a long time, it's like sitting in the electric chair, waiting for the switch to fall with the last ball.
Yeah, you know, they call it the electric chair in straight pool.
Yeah.
But, you know, here we have it. You know, we get to, you know, how many guys get to, like, ride home with Earl and stuff like that, you know, give you a little insight of a match that he just played in the World Championship.
Believe me, I had plenty of insight from Earl over the years. Right. He is one of the funniest people. He really is.
Yeah, you told me some funny stuff, which I will not repeat.
Right. No, he is funny. Right. He
You know,
is.
because we don't want to embarrass her.
No,
you know.
no. He is. I just spoke with him. That was the phone ringing before. He wanted to know if I was home yet and bring him down, but I said I'm here.
So call Uber.
No, he's not that far.
Two balls out of the rack, slide up. You know, since it's so near the rack, he's going to get a little straighter angle. You won't see, you know, you'll see it parallel with the ball or inside the angle. You're better off inside the angle.
110.
Yeah. 200 today, right, gentlemen?
That's correct.
200 today.
200-point matches. What do you think, Gene? How's he going to hit this shot? Is he going to draw back? Is he going to force follow or center ball it?
I think he's going to draw, but
I don't think he'll hit it with that power stroke.
It's more like a follow shot, you know, like a center follow
Yeah,
shot. See how the ball dropped forward
Right.
there?
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you're hitting the top of the
Get
rack,
off
you
that
can do that with the
.55
follow
ball.
and control it.
now he's got the.
What was that, Tom? I didn't catch all of that with that stroke.
Well, when you see the ball reacting the way it did, you know he had a follow on the shot.
Right.
If he would have hit it with a center ball, it would have cut straight across the table and not dove forward like that. You know, it worked its way through the rack. When you're hitting the top of the rack full like that, you can go ahead and blast it with a follow and not worry about scratching the side. And you'd have to get very unlucky to dip in the corner through all the balls. Because you're hitting the side ball, you're not hitting the. You're hitting the ball closest to you.
That almost looked like a 3 o'clock punch shot, so to say, with just a touch of, you know, maybe a tip high or something, you know, because the ball didn't really like fight
Yeah.
its way through, you know. It just like moved a couple inches forward and into the rail.
Well, it definitely used the follow stroke, even though you're hitting it just a little bit above follow.
Right.
You know, above center. Yeah, and that's how you get that effect of, and when you don't want the full effect of the force follow, because then you got the ball diving toward the corner pocket.
Right. And I'll tell you what, he shattered the balls. Look at them. Great break shot. I love the break shot when he draws off the pack and goes up rail and comes back down towards the center of the pocket.
That shot scares the crap out of me. You know?
Well, I like it because I'm sitting here.
You know, I'm always looking at a shot, and you know you're going near the corner pocket.
See Manny up there, proprietor of the room with his son, George, little George.
Named after Big George's daddy.
Absolutely, named after Big George.
It was named after my grandfather. So I got a cousin that's a year younger than me, Tom Karabatsis. We
Yeah.
went to the same school, same high school, and you know, I was getting in trouble. I don't know why. You know, like, and one time there was this like ball that you throw on the ground and it explodes.
Yeah.
You know, a little
Yeah.
paper ball.
Adam Pearls, we used to call them.
Right.
And we had a substitute teacher in our class, and the kid was telling me, everybody was acting rowdy. I wasn't really that rowdy. This kid's telling me this thing explodes if you hit him. Looking at this little paper thing, it's not going to do nothing. So it seemed like the whole room got quiet, and I turned around and I I threw it and it went off. So the next thing you know, I'm down in the principal's office, and he thought I blew up a cherry bomb. That's how the story got across, like it was something horrible. He goes, normally kids are crying and stuff, begging for mercy. You just told me exactly what happened. I respect that. I'm going to give you 10 periods of discipline. So I never got those 10 periods of discipline. And, I told my cousin the story. He goes, oh, that's why I did the discipline? He goes, I didn't know why I was there. They wouldn't let me go. It was funny. I told him, sorry.
One, two, four.
To be honest with you guys, I love this format for, a guy like me. I get to play 6 matches with great players, and I had a lot of good players in my bracket this year. But, Dennis can be eliminated here with just 1 loss. It gets to this elimination rounds, and, sometimes it can be very brutal. Thorsten lost 2 matches already. Worse in a double elimination event, you wouldn't have been playing them till the finals.
Well, the other side of that is in a double elimination, the guy on the winner's side loses the last game, could have won everything in the tournament. And now they used to do it differently. The famous game in Chicago with Crane and Balsas. If Balsas had won, they would have had to play a second game.
Yeah, that was a true double elimination event. No, but the rules are the same for everybody. A lot of times it's luck of the draw, and because Thorsten had those losses, that's why this match happened early on. We sort of slept that last break shot, but he hit it exactly like the one before with the same
Cut break.
punch follow stroke that Al pointed out.
He's hit that break shot a few times. Just like that, like a cut break going to the rail.
I might shoot the 3 and go into that 6-2-7 rather than the 13. The reason you shoot the 3 is because you got the 8 ball on the back rail. Even if you miss the balls, you can get a shot at the 8. You got it a little funny there.
Mm-hmm.
Earl is in the house. Earl is in the house, warming up for his 1:30
Are you talking about Hall of Famer Earl Strickler? Earl
Yeah,
Strickland?
we're talking about Hall of Famer.
Yeah, one of the greatest of all time. He's the house pro here at Steinway Billiards. You can come in and see him, you know. Take a pool lesson.
Yeah, not bad. $75 an hour, minimum of 2 hours. Call Steinway in advance.
He does, right. He
to
gives
set
a
up.
lot of lessons.
Talk to Manny, George,
Yes.
or Anna.
Because Earl is on the road lots of times and you got a schedule. I can tell you one thing. He's going to just let you shoot the way you do, and he's going to diagnose everything about your stance, the way you bridge, the way you stroke, and there's a few people out there right now that I know that are watching this, took lessons from Earl Strickland.
Well, I'm telling you, I don't care how good you play, you can learn something from a player like Earl, no matter what.
Even if you
yeah.
if you don't have the stroke.
He didn't get the titles because he doesn't know, right? That's the fact.
Yeah, and you have to be able to learn, you know, what brings out the best in you as a player. You know, and I think Earl's the type of player that's going to let you bring out, you know, your own game or help you to do it.
And I met somebody here from, I believe they come up from Georgia, and he said to me, he was excited too, and he was in his late 50s, and he says, I'm so glad, he says, I had a chance to meet Earl Strickland. He says, what a nice guy. I said, you never met him before, I take it. I said, because he is a nice guy. I said, people just know him, you know, with the antics. Of course, they see him on live stream or TV. But, you know, outside the pool world, he's a Southern man. I mean, you know, he's not a bad guy. Give you the shirt off his back.
Yeah. Well,
And he said, that's the way I thought about him before I met him and actually had a chance to sit down and talk with him. That was good. I like to hear that. Look at this. On the second story over here.
Yeah, it's,
well, he's still all right.
Whoa. What do you mean by all right?
It's a
Well,
little,
it's a jack up, and but talking about a pro.
it's a little tricky because you want to come across the table for the other side pocket. I don't think you can hold this up.
no, he's got to.
I would roll this in and just get straight on the ball in the corner.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. You got your choice of 4 pockets.
Yep.
You can play shapes on here. Whichever is the easiest to fall on is what you do. Now he's looking at the corner. It truly is the electric chair you saw Orcollo there a second ago.
Probably saying to himself, if I'm going to get a chance, it might be right
He
here.
can get it as straight as he
No,
wants.
he's off angle.
So he's got 2 options. He can go to the short rail, you know, follow, or he can try to hold it up in the corner. He's good enough to do both. If you try to hold it up, it slides too far. You don't have an angle. If you shoot into 5, you're going to get an angle every time.
It's going right into the side pocket
Yep.
with the 4-ball.
It might be a little tougher than you want. He tried to put a little inside English on it. It kind of ran out of juice before he hit it,
But
hit
he
the rail.
doesn't look like he's in trouble.
Yeah, there's a little bit of distance on this shot.
The
138.44.
The thing is, you might not be in trouble in terms of pocketing the ball, but controlling the break shot exactly how you want. You won't be able to do it like you did the last couple shots where he had complete control. You know, force follow, force stun, however we want to call it. You know, this one I hate to say it, he's going to have to take something off.
Yeah, oh, yeah, I was wait. Okay, so if you've been following this, Tom says don't take it off because you're going to miss, and now he's changing his tune.
Take a little off him. Yep.
Yeah, that was the
He got me again. He took something off the ball. Is the only thing he took off.
He's got himself
Some
here,
paid
too.
off the ball.
Yeah, that was the Hohman baby shot.
I guess the 11 ball.
That's
probably
how that's how he
No.
lets up on the shot a little bit.
You don't think the 11 ball's a shot here? I mean, he really doesn't
yeah,
have anything
yeah,
else.
it is.
The 11's not bad because you got a couple balls that are going to slow you down
Right.
and keep you from going up table. Should hit the 15 and the 2. You got the 14. It's a little early in the rack to worry about moving a break ball. So just go ahead and level on this. Oh, he caught
Yeah, got a little.
caught the 2. He got a little break there. Didn't go all the way down table. Choices 14, 3 ball. You can't really cut the 8. Well, you can, but
No,
you don't
you
want,
don't want
to.
to.
And he's looking to play position in the 13. Just stop his ball. You know, shoot the 3 and stop the
Right.
ball. He'll be okay.
No.
It looks like the 9 goes in the side and just he just stood there. And that's hard to do, kill a ball off the rail like that.
Really?
He had a little angle. You know, you need a good, confident, touch there. And that's how you can tell a great player. He has the finesse shots along with the power shots. Can go from one to the other and doesn't like to watch his cue ball spin all the time. You know, sometimes these guys play a lot of 9-ball and stuff. You know, they want to watch their cue ball spin. You know, they start hitting the balls hard on every shot when they don't have to.
The 13 and the.
The 1's going to move and the 4 here. We broke them all up. Take this ball off the rail.
Rail, yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if he has an angle to get on this ball in the side pocket. Try to get off the rail a little bit. He followed and got off the rail. When you're that close to the pocket, you can usually cheat it. Again, now you don't have to shoot the 15. You shoot the 1-7-4 or 1-4-7, depending on how you follow up here. Now he's debating, shoot the 7, am I going to come close to the 2 ball if I just roll it in? You know, so he might shoot the 4 and draw back. Or
Over the 7, I think. And going up for Blackie.
Yep. He saw an opportunity to get up the table there and get rid of the dangler there. Now it's routine, get on the 2-4, 15 in the side. He'll come deep, draw, so he can get his angle that he wants and get straight on the 2 ball. A lot of times how close you draw it to the corner there will give you your angle coming out. And you want enough angle just to bounce off the rail the way he did. He's straight in, now you're just going to come look at the 15, see his angle. This one, you might actually want to come a little forward because going to the short rail in the back isn't good, but if you can go to the side rail with a little inside English, you know, you're better off here. You know, he went too far.
I think you can let it go a little bit here.
Yeah, you can still follow forward here. The angle's a little hard to see from where we're at.
Right.
But if you would have had to go all the way to short rail from that angle, you would have came back not so good an angle at the ball. You would have been on the other side of the table, having to leave yourself a long shot to keep an angle.
1-5-2. Does somebody remember when we started this count? When did he get back to the table?
He's getting close to 100 balls for sure. He might have been in the 40s.
You know, he might have had 56. I think he missed a break shot, right?
Yeah.
Orcollo had 3 to get started, so it might have been 53.
Yeah. Boom. Uh-oh.
Oh, he's all right now.
Well, again, looks tight to us. No, he'll be okay.
Yeah, it looks like you can see the 14 or the 7. He's just debating how much room he has in the pocket. Yeah, get the balls off the rails first. He's going to get rid of the 8 ball. And you leave the 13 there because you got to play position on something. Yeah, he's looking at the side pockets. Maybe shoot the 10 in the side, get on the 6. Then you're home free. But first, you want to get on the 8 ball. If you would have gone straight on the 2, you might get rid of the 2 there first. But if you would have been jacked up, you would have been shooting the 2 ball. But you want to fall in below the 13 or get on the 10 ball. He's looking at all that stuff. He didn't get his angle on the 10, so he's going to follow above the balls here, I think. Nope. He's able to get on the 3 ball.
He's just shooting in whatever's out there now.
Yeah, maybe the 3 was blocking the 6. Try to get all the way on this 12 ball or 10 ball. I think he got there. If he did, it's routine. Should be able to get on the 6. He's thinking of sliding over for the 2 ball. He might have a little angle on it. Oh, he was able to see the closer ball. What now? He's getting on the 2 and then foul for the 6 ball. He's got good control. He can slide over for the 10 and then the 9.
I wouldn't be hitting the 9 at this point. There it goes.
Yeah, once the balls are open, you don't have to run into them anymore.
I didn't say I would want to be hitting the 9. I said I would.
Oh.
Here we go.
Again, any pocket you can play the 1 ball to is good. Side pocket, corner pocket, if you can get straight on him. He saw his best chance was to get on the 1 in the side. With the angle that he had, he was able to draw back there perfectly.
166.
Now he's right on the break shot where he can hit it however he wants to.
So I don't know why it is, but I've noticed that when players rack, half the players do what Thorsten does, put his cue entirely on the bed of the table. And other players like Dennis and Tony Robles never do that. They always put only the shaft is on the, they put the butt is up on the rail. And they do it all the time.
The butt is on the rail?
I mean, they don't put their cue flat on the bed of the table. They have it up on the rail.
I don't know.
You know why?
No, I was always wondering why.
I was told that your shaft gets real dirty, if you lay it on the table, so only the tip and ferrule are touching when you raise the butt off like that. Picks up a lot of dirt, and, Thorsten's got about the dirtiest shaft I've ever saw.
A lot of players like a dirty shaft.
Yeah, he says he likes it from the oil from his hands.
Yeah, they like to feel it. They got to feel it.
Watch this rotation.
Wow.
Blink.
Let's get back to the screen here.
Yeah.
Back to the screen.
Yeah, that last little rotation was.
Oh, sorry about that. Tell him I'm sorry.
Al was sleeping on the job over there. He said he's sorry.
Well, he's allowed a catnap every so often.
The poor guy works his tail off. Our tireless works all day and all night during this tournament.
Okay, this is a bit a little messy here.
Nine in the side.
Yeah, that's the only shot he had.
Yeah,
Look at this.
Oh,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is also
yeah,
not
yeah.
going to be good.
yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
I thought he'd try to get to the
Always look here. I look to see
draw
if
that.
I shoot the 6
yeah.
straight, what do I get? If I shoot the 1 straight, what do I have? Like if you shoot the 6 straight, see how the 15's almost on?
Yeah.
So you just have to manipulate the 6 a little bit to make the combo.
Yeah. I'm
But-
surprised he didn't draw that ball off when he shot the side a little. Draw it
This
over.
5 ball is automatic position in the 7. You just got to level on it and make the ball. Don't overcut it.
Oh.
You got a bigger pocket. It seems like you're hitting a rail and it's going in.
It's a,
A couple of bumps in the run here, this rack. All of a sudden it got a little.
It's getting near the end, and it's tough to close. Thorsten's a closer. He definitely gets the coffee. Coffee's for closers. But this is a tough rack here. You guys shoot the 7, and you're playing shapes on 1 ball here. It seems like he tried to avoid that. See how he drew back there and created himself multiple opportunities. Very smart. We can all learn something from this guy.
How does Bill pronounce his last name? Maropoulos?
Yes.
Bill Maropoulos, Dennis Walsh, and Bob Jewett, right? Or Hewitt?
Jewett.
Bob Jewett.
Bob Jewett.
We'll be sitting in next, folks, doing some commentary on Jason Shore and Joshua Filler. And the only reason they picked that match, they said it's going to be over in about 20 minutes.
Another nice.
They wanted a quick.
They said they couldn't sit that long.
They wanted a quick payday.
That's not
another
fair.
Nice, another nice Greek fellow over there.
Yeah, Maropoulos is running balls at home all the time.
Yeah.
He knows the game, and he's good buddies with John Smith,
Yeah.
who missed this tournament this time around. It's too bad we didn't have him here.
Yeah, I asked him about that. He said that John's busy with his bike and et cetera, et cetera.
And fishing. I've seen he's
yeah,
been
out
fishing
on
a
the
lot.
West Coast, right.
Playing golf.
Does it all. Enjoying life. Well, so are we. I'll tell you, I don't know about you guys, but I enjoyed it.
Somebody told me there's more to life than pool, but I didn't believe him.
You probably still don't.
I still don't. It's nice to find a place where you feel at home. I could go to a pool room in China, I feel right at home. It doesn't matter, it's anywhere there's billiard balls being struck, you're automatically cool if you can run a rack. No apparent break balls out there. Just got to get on the side pocket on one of these balls. But it's not that easy to fall on them.
This has definitely been the hardest rack out of the run.
Starting out with the first shot after the break. Every once in a while, you got to get through racks like this.
Is it possible for him to play like that 6-3 combination into the side after the 15 and leave the 6 or the 3 for a break shot if he plays the opposite way, combination into the bottom right-hand corner and leave the 3 up there?
Yeah, of course it's possible, but do you want to shoot it in combination and play shapes on the break ball, the one ball that's not going in?
They're almost.
all
They
at
look
the
like
same
they're
time?
almost dead. Oh.
No.
Nothing's dead.
The control factor is such a high level, you know.
Okay.
Like here, he's coming up above it to drop down one rail and get on the 3 ball, or he can just roll this 3 in and break with the 6. By coming this way, he didn't have to shoot a combination and play shapes. And he just rolls himself up for the 6.
Oh, side pocket break shot. Is that
Yeah,
what we're looking for
yeah,
now?
of course.
Okay. Well, all right. I stand corrected. You guys don't have to jab me in the arm over here.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, you know.
All this time, you're not seeing the side pocket break shots?
Well, you know something, Tom? I was just saying something really nice about you to Dennis Walsh. I said, you know something? Sitting in the booth with Tom, I'm actually picking up some interesting ways of getting out and patterns.
Upstate Al, look at the T-shirt right in front of you. See, it says Greenleaf's Pool Room.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the Ralph Greenleaf break.
And I'm sorry. And Dennis says, well, not only that, are you getting a good lesson by Tom? He says, you're getting to learn big words with Gene. I said, Gene doesn't know, but we got the mute button on him.
Good idea.
Only joking.
Are you
But,
saying that I have a penchant for circumlocution or periphrasm?
He said you educated.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'll try to avoid those sesquipedalian words.
And that is the
No, I
sine
love 'em.
qua non
No,
of
you
education.
have
there.
one. Your palaver is excellent, Gene.
Wow. I got to deal with this. 180 to 44, folks. Thorsten Hohman on a tear.
Big words is the sine qua non of an education. There's a good word for you, Al.
I heard it. I can't believe it, though. And he hit it just perfect.
And he slid forward on it.
Yeah, it looks like.
This could be the lights out. Is that what you're going to say, Larry?
He's
Well,
20
close-
balls
yeah,
away, so
close
he's still
to-
got to break the balls one more time.
Close to Miller time, I would say.
But getting through that rack is huge. You know, it was a
Yeah, that
tough
was-
rack.
That was the rough one.
That's the wrong graphic, folks.
And he ran through that rack with great control for, you know, as bad as they were laying.
Archer is in the house,
Did some nice stuff.
warming up a little also.
I think Johnny's playing Earl.
Yeah.
Hey, two rivals going at it.
These guys played a few matches over the years.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah. Well, last time I saw Johnny play Earl, I'm talking about in competition, I think was at Turning Stone a few years back. 9-ball up there.
What happened?
I don't want to. Well, Earl zipped him, 9-zip.
It happens.
Yeah, I mean, Earl's got zipped also. I mean, everybody gets zipped. It's only a matter of when.
Yeah, I had a streak going for a long time. You know, I never got shut out in a tournament match in a big tournament. And
You know.
Dan Louie from Seattle beat me 9-0.
Nice guy, Dan.
Yeah, his birthday yesterday, I believe.
Dan still has my Bushka. One of them.
Is that a Russian hat? Or?
Yeah, no, he has my Balabushka. I sold
Oh,
it.
it's a pool stick.
Yeah, I sold that one to
Made famous in The Color of Money.
Dalton Leon, who is not with us anymore. He in turn sold it to Dan.
Cool. Dan's a super nice guy. He knew
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
never got shut out in
Yeah,
a tournament
right.
before.
Yeah.
And he apologized to me. I just got some brutal scratches where I make an impossible shot and scratch 4 rails or something. But
He needs 14 from here.
yeah, he's got to get into the next rack.
Yeah.
He'll need the break shot plus 5 more in the next rack.
He will probably have the high run then, right? Well,
Yeah, we think he started with 53.
The high run's 153, so.
Oh, no, it's 153. That was it.
152, I believe. Right? Dennis Orcollo?
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, so we're not at the high run.
Yeah, that would have been kind of brutal for Dennis if he broke his high run record while he's beating them.
Well, he's getting whooped.
Tom, good thing you pointed that out. We're going to have to let Dennis know that.
Well,
Wow.
I don't think he's had enough balls to do that, but you know that he needed less than 152 when he started to run.
Well, what did he have? We really don't know.
Yeah, it won't be brutal if it's 153. I didn't mean to laugh. It's nervous laughter.
It would be brutal if Thorsten was, and I don't wish him any bad luck, but if he was to miss here and Dennis get
Well,
up there and break his high run by running out.
Well, he's definitely capable,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is,
and Thorsten knows it. There's another tester.
it certainly is.
He missed.
Ooh.
Yep.
He missed.
Al, you threw the jinx, Al.
No, he actually missed the 3-ball in the upper left-hand corner a while back.
Go ahead,
Similar to
Dennis.
that way.
Dennis, go in, relax a little.
Dennis taking a little bit of a break
He
now. They're
needs it.
playing.
He
They're playing
needs
the
it.
other match on the other side. Warren Kiemko and Hunter Lombardo, I believe.
Yeah, you can't take a break on your opponent's shot, you know, turn at the table. So he might have been holding
Okay,
that
you're good.
bladder
You're
for
good.
a while there.
Don't put it around me. Sorry about that. I'm still live, and Larry Ross is stepping out once again. He steps in and out. He's like Tom said, he's like a mosquito. You see him, and then you don't. Dennis elected to take a break since Thorsten's miss, and we're going to try to get over to Warren Kiemko just for a heartbeat. It's out of view.
He's playing the Hunter Lombardo. You know, and it's interesting. I'd like to catch a score over there. Don't count Orcollo out yet. Here's Warren. You know, he just got like a perfect temperament at the table.
You know, I believe they're going to play the next matches. In other words, one will be on the main table, and then one will actually be at the table that's closer to the camera work right there. I actually set up 2 cameras on that table that's closer, thinking that they were going to play on that one. And I believe they're going to play the next matches on that closer table, so we'll have a better view of whoever's coming up at 1:30, and I could tell you who it is. You got Joshua. Okay, you got Johnny and Strickland. Will be playing on the table, I believe, right below the camera there. So if that happens, I will readjust camera work. I happen just to zoom in on this because I got cameras mounted for that table right below the camera view. But in any case, we're going to deal with it. We do have a match at hand. It's 190 to 44 in favor of Thorsten Hohman. And I was just mentioning, wouldn't it be something if Dennis gets up there and breaks his record in this match, if Thorsten should miss, and no sooner he missed that ball right after I mentioned that.
You want something? On me. How about a nice piece of Danish? It just came in fresh.
Perfect.
Cherry?
Cherry wood. Hunter Lombardo at the table. It's real hard for us to see the angles of the balls
Yeah.
here, you know, but
Like I said, do you see that table right down here, Tom, in front of us? That's the one I have the camera set up for. That's what I was told they were going to use. Miscommunication along the line, but we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. It looks like Dennis is going to be working his way back into the arena, so
Hunter's a nice little player.
Boy, what do you think he's thinking right now? How did I miss that 5? And he's probably thinking the 3 and the 5, 3 and the 5, 3 and the 5, 3 and the 5.
Well, he needs. He needed 20, and he got 10 this rack, so he's 10 balls away from winning the match.
Hey, welcome back, G.
Okay, that was bad for Thorsten, good for me. Gave me time to feed the meter.
Gene, you want to just pick up your foot and let this wire go underneath it? I believe that's Tom, and we're gonna have to pick it back of your chair up. Just be careful. There you go. Make yourself comfortable, Gene. You good? All right.
Okay.
Yeah, what's Thorsten thinking right now?
Wow.
He knows he should have ran out.
I just want to say I'm a little proud of myself. Been the week here at Manny Stamatakis' place, and I've only gained 1 pound. Last year it was 5. The food is good.
Yeah, I mean, if you had to have this tournament at a pool hall, this is, a great choice. Dennis is back at the table, getting ready to shoot.
Anytime that happens, wake me up, Tom. I'm sorry, I was talking to Larry off to the side.
He's got the 3 ball. He's probably going to roll down for 2.
For the 2, yeah.
Then you got to decide, do I leave a big angle to get on the 1 ball? If I don't get my big angle or don't get it perfectly, you play for the 9 and then get on the 1. And you're definitely not going to go for the 1 from here. I mean, if you were playing 9 ball, it's a hanger to go with inside English. 3 rails, get on the 1, but straight pull, not so much. No, believe it or not, he's got 2 break shots. You can think about either way here. Don't automatically get locked in. But this is a shot he can reach. He's got an angle. He can go for the 1 ball. Just wants to draw past the side pocket to around the 2nd diamond.
Oh, thank you for pointing this out, Dennis. There's the 2 diamond.
And he's looking. He wants to be between 2 and 1. You notice how he gave himself a range there, rather than 2 and 3.
And then what does he do? Does he go forward after pocketing the 1-2 rails? Or does he just
Well,
go
it
straight
depends
back?
on what angle he gets.
Oh, he's going to be close.
No, it's perfect. That angle between 2 and 3 is actually, if you got a big angle like this, you might go 1 rail. If he would have gotten a little straighter, he would have went 2 rails. It looks like a 1 rail shot. Perfect. They do those little shots with a little side English, rolling the ball in the corner, play position. It comes up a lot, and 9 ball saves you, trying to throw a perfect stroke. You just hit it with a little English. You wouldn't say you hit it with a little Tagalog, would you, if he's shooting?
So Dennis started out at 44, now has 48. So he started out at 44.
Just giving the footnotes on Mr. Carbutz's joke. Tagalog is the most prominent native language of the Philippines. Just in case you didn't get that one.
I forgot, who would know that if you didn't play pool with these guys all the time?
That was a little unfortunate they got bounced all the way up there. He's got a shot, but, you know.
If anybody's used to all these shots, it's, like I said, because of the height factor, he's always playing his cue ball a little closer to that end rail. After you make this ball, you gotta get position. That's what he's looking at. By shooting the 9 ball, he was guaranteeing him to show a shot at the 12 or the 4. You could come up and probably draw it to the center of the table and get on the 6 or the 4 ball. Again, he's hitting the balls. He's thinking the keen on the 4 and the 5 because you're knocking the balls away from the 3 balls that are tied up, as opposed to have gotten on the 6 and knocking the 8 toward those 3 balls that are tied up. So it's just, a lot of times it's common sense, or what we call pool sense. Some people have a good pool sense, and they go the right way about playing position and automatically. Other people, if you don't have pool sense, it's real hard to teach somebody how to play pool. But it can be done. You just got to point out certain sequences that come up over and over.
Well, I'll tell you what, just like I said, I was talking to Dennis Walsh, and I said, I tell you, I picked up a lot of pointers from Tom just from him sitting in, and Gene. And Dennis said, oh, yeah. He says, you'll pick things up, and I no sooner said that, and then Dennis said, Dennis Walsh and
Meropolis.
Yeah, Meropolis would sit in, and Bob would come in and sit in. So I guess I'll pick up a few more pointers as I sit in the background and switch the cameras.
Well, I don't know how Walsh meant that exactly. Pick up something from Tom and Gene. Sounds like a little bit like an infection.
Oh, well, let's take the high road on that one. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, we will get a cerebral call with these next 3 guys coming up here.
Yeah, I would say so.
Jewett is, he knows all the physics of the game. Definitely, you can learn something from that aspect. And he's a good pool player. I didn't pay as much attention to him until I saw him shoot pool. I said, all right, I'll start reading the articles. I figure if this guy doesn't play pool, do I really want to know what physics are at work? But Bob's an excellent player. He played in this tournament. He's drawing all the way back for the 2 ball here, I think.
Hey, juiced a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The two's got a little distance away from the one ball, so it's not like, you could leave the cue ball near the two ball and have your position, So for that reason, I don't like it as a key ball. If the one ball would have been closer to the rail, the two would have been fine. Not afraid to hit that inside English, huh?
No, they never are. Filipinos never are. In fact, I was shooting a shot on the tightest table in the house the other day, and I said, "Shoot it, Dennis." And he didn't make it, but he shot it with full inside. And that shot everybody I ever saw hit it is with outside.
Again, these balls on the rail, if you got an angle on them, it's hard to hold them up, So you got to run the ball, and if you hit the rail first, you get a totally different angle than if you hit the ball first with inside English. Therefore, he's going to get rid of the 7 and get a better angle. He might just draw his side rail, looks like, over here. And he's got such a nice control of him. He wasn't worried about scratching in the side there. Now he's got that straighter angle I was talking about, where you can come off the rail, back to near where he was at. Now, if he would have had a little different angle, you bounce up for this ball on the side, but he's going to draw back for the ball in the corner.
Yeah.
And this doesn't matter. Anytime you can get to the rail, you can usually hold up the ball. It's slightly bigger angle than we'd like, but it'll just hit a little outside English where you can hit the ball full or slow the cue ball down and get to where he can reach it. Yeah, you can't count this guy out ever. Yeah, he just hit a little softer than what Thorsten does. When you do this, you got to pick your way around the rack a little more. Six ball goes.
6, yeah.
Yeah, 7 looks like it goes in the corner too. You don't want to go into these balls yet. You work your way around them. If you get to the side, you got a combo on the 12, 3-12. You got the 2 ball. The combo you shoot if you don't get the 2 ball, or if you get funny angles. But you got to know your secondary shots. If you don't fall correctly on your first shot, you usually like to fall between 2 and 3 balls. Like, here you can shoot the 4 or the 7. And depending on what angle he has and what angle he wants to shoot next. Like he might get on the 5 to get rid of the 14. He might be going into him here. Yeah, plenty of protection. Now if you move these couple balls, you're out of there. He doesn't necessarily have to leave the 4 and shoot the 14. You want to leave the 4 there to get back up the table,
Right.
get below it, but it's a thin hit and you might lose the cue ball. This combination ain't bad. You could play shapes on the 5 ball if you shoot the 5-14. It might draw back for the combo. But his cue ball control is so good, he's liable to go to the rail and back across. He rolled it in. He didn't quite get his inside angle on it. He got a little straight here. Well, we know you can draw back for the 5 and maybe get the 8 in the side. Got a few break shots, the 15 and the 9 ball. Or is that the third? Yeah, I think it's the 9. Hard to tell from back here.
Kind of just said he's used to shooting upstream because of his height. And those pockets have been very nice. Except when you miss, as Thorsten did.
Oh, yeah. Our friend, when he first started playing one pocket, it was amazing how he would get on balls, behind them that were, on the other back half of the table near the end rail. And instead of banking them, he would play position behind them and shoot them all in the corner. How well they shoot those long shots. It was amazing.
Okay, I'm going to spread them now.
Yeah, you hit a soft shoe, you hit the bottom of the 3 ball, move the 12 out. If you hit it harder, you wouldn't have gotten both the balls. You would have just hit the 3 and maybe knocked out that break shot. That's 12 balls, no problem for him. But again, I don't like rolling them. Once in a while, they stick on you. But he might roll across for the 5 ball. A little harder there.
Yeah, that was. Did not understand that.
Well, he tried to cinch the ball at the last second. So, you were saving 2 break shots. Now's the time where you get rid of one because it's just the easiest shot on the table. And you don't want to leave that ball when you got 2 of them. You might go out of your way if you didn't have the other break shot at this point. But since you do, take the sure shot. Again, he's worrying about he can't get on that 5 ball.
As balls leave the table, that 5 ball gets a little more annoying. Okay. Can we go up table again?
Yeah, again, he's not hesitating. He sees it's an easy rack if you go 3-8-5-4. Hit the 13 up in the corner and play position and a 10 in the side. So it kind of helps your pattern. It gives you more options if you have no problem shooting shots like this in the corner. Wow, I'm surprised they didn't stop the ball there.
Yeah, because
It looked like he can get straight on the 8. He's going to shoot the 13, get up on the 10, and then get on the 5, and use the 4 to get on the 8. If you're using the 4 to key on the 8, then he did it correctly. So there was some logic to his madness.
Yep.
It's just a matter of preference how you like to fall on balls. And to be honest, the 8 ball is the easiest ball to fall on the break shot with. And pretty much here you want to do anything but get straight in. Yeah, a little inside angle there. Here he's going to follow to the rail with a little inside English to hold his angle up. Or maybe, hit it a little fuller. He's thinking of sliding across. Yeah, yeah, you can slide across. It's no big deal. Yeah. It was close enough to the ball where, sliding across like that was no problem. If you got some distance, it makes that shot a lot tougher.
$190.76.
I like to force follow here, not to draw. He did. He followed the ball. That 3 ball almost got dead, but not quite.
Yeah, it's
You can make it if you kick real first and cut it backwards, but why would you do that if you're not playing 9 ball? And had to shoot the 13, hit it first. You got choices up here. 12, he's thinking of getting down to 11. Oh, he's even looking at a bank here. It is a problem because it's got the pocket blocked. You gotta move a couple balls on the same side of the table in order to get a position where you can break them. Didn't quite get on the 11 ball there.
no.
You go one rail between the 8 and the 5. Even if you run into the 8, you'll have something to shoot at. Looks like he's inside English.
He is, yeah. He's trying to get between them, like you said.
Yeah, you don't want to hit the 5. It's a break shot. So you'd rather play position for something else like the 6 or all the way for the 1 ball or.
You said he hit the 8, not a bad thing.
Yeah, it looks like this 14 could possibly go. If it doesn't, you have to shoot the 5 ball. You're going to send your rep into those 2 balls and break them out.
Well, what's going on, guys? Is Dennis on a roll here?
He's got to think here. It's a little bit of a.
Yeah, but if you look at the lower left-hand corner, those 2 balls, it's a 13-3, 13-3. This is a problem.
Although the 13's dead in the corner, if you can get below it. You got to see stuff like that in case you need a desperation shot. You can kick at it and make the 13.
Is he going on to get to the 11 now after the 5?
I thought the 1 had room and he was going to break it out right there. Yeah, he's going to come up for the 11 ball.
Off the 3?
No. No, that's a little too tricky. I might hit the 3 too full and bounce back at you. The 3 was a little bit further back. had no problem doing that. But he's hitting the 9 ball, he's sliding. He tried to go off the 3.
It looked like he
Yeah.
did. Sure did look like it, but I don't know.
Upstate Al was tempting him on that one.
No, it was an illusion, just
Yeah.
the way the 13 is sitting there. He's only got 3/4 of the block.
14 inside, just shoot the 9 and break him out. What do you? You might end up shooting a 1 in the side afterwards. But if you can get 2 rails behind it, he's even looking
Yeah.
at the kick shot here that I was telling you about to make the 3 ball. This is a hard shot to hit, the side of these 2 balls, 1 rail. Because if you get in behind them, something funny might happen.
Okay, here he is digging into the corner. Take a look.
Perfect.
Okay.
How's that?
And that's the ball
Right.
you wanted to hit,
That's
the
right.
13.
It wasn't just hitting them, it was hitting it. There was a big difference.
I don't think Thorsten liked it.
Yeah, you didn't want to get down and below them. You could have scratched very easily. So you had to take a chance of hitting the side of either ball, but yeah, he hit the best ball out of the 2 because you leave the 3 in front of the pocket. I don't know. I might shoot the 3 here and try to bump the 1 ball. If you go past it, you shoot the 8 in the side. If you hit the 1 ball, you got the 13. You got to spin it with a little right-hand English, but you can even knock out the 7. But the 13 might be in the way of the 7 ball. I'll really be surprised if he doesn't shoot the 3 and bump the ball out. He sees it now. He stayed away from him. If you can get up that far, you could have gotten across on the 1 ball. He was worried about sliding off the 1 and getting behind the 7, having to shoot the 8 in the corner. But I thought it was well worth the risk in that last attempt. He's got the 10 ball out there, so he didn't need a break shot. Sometimes you get carried away with bumping balls. It can cost you tournaments. I like the 8 or the 13 to get on the 10. This angle on the 8 ball, if you were shooting it right now, that's not the angle you want to get on the 10. You want to be below it, where your cue ball's going up table rather than toward the rack after you pocket the 8. So if you leave the 8, you want to get below it. And if you just got straight in on the 13 and stop, you'd be below the 8. So I really don't know why he's taking all this time. You want to foul to rail because I guess Thorsten would get 10 balls if you miss. That could be why he's taking his time. It might have something to do with it. But right there's the angle you want in the 8 ball. You could draw, slide right across for your break shot. He got even better because it's a little closer to the ball. But see how he's pointing to a spot past the side pocket? Because he wants to leave himself a shot where he could reach it. wants a break. Or
No, I think he wants the ball clean. I thought. Yeah. Thorsten's buddies from Germany giving him encouragement. I thought somebody was applauding John Lehman's ball cleaning abilities there. There's somebody clapping. Hooked. I think he's no. He can no. He's okay. All right.
he really got a huge break there. It was
Yeah.
going straight for the corner. He's lucky he can just roll this ball in and get shapes on the one. Well, you want to make sure you make it there, so he didn't worry about hitting the ball a little full or cheating the pocket and getting on the one ball. Just get by that one and start breathing again. Very hard to run balls when your opponent's sitting at 190 and he's Thorsten Hohman. It takes a lot of intestinal fortitude and discipline, and being in these kind of positions with all this pressure. You miss one ball, you're done. Thing goes. He didn't quite get on the 4 ball. He didn't quite get on the 3 ballers. He's straight on the 4. He can roll down for the 12 or 15 ball there and break him up. There's that. Looks like a 15. He's got the 12 as protection when he shoots the shot. You don't want to hit it too hard. You move the 8 out for a break shot. If you don't hit it too hard, it's going to hit off the 1 and slide up. 2 ways you can net. Well, there was 4 balls there, so you move any of them to the side of the rack. The 3 ball came out. You're okay. But I would have hit him a lot softer than that. He tied up the 7. Could have been a lot worse than it is. He's got a combination there. Five in the side. I think you have to shoot the 2 ball, even if you bump the 3 slightly. It's no big deal. He's thinking of how to get to those balls on the side rail after he shoots the shot. You can break them up hitting the 12 ball, and you got the 1 as protection. But I wouldn't worry too much about this combination. Just make sure you have at least 2 balls to play for when you're shooting the combination. You don't want to shoot the combo and then play shapes on the 8. You want to play shapes on the 1 and the 11 in the side when you shoot the combination. If you get the 8 or something else, that's good, but you might tie up the 12 ball when you shoot the combo.
Okay. He avoided the 3 ball.
Yeah, he didn't have to run into it. Looked like he had a shoot the 12 and get above him, but you can shoot the 1 first, then the 12 and get above him. He might bounce over for the combo right now. I'm a little surprised at how he's left it for this long.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to...
If you move the 12 when you shoot the combo, you can definitely shoot it and play position on the 8.
Well, that match will be two legendary Hall of Fame players against each other on table number 14. Mr. Earl Strickland and Mr. Johnny Archer. Jason Shaw, Joshua Fuller match. Bring our next match on the screen, David.
He didn't rush to get on this break shot. You know, he's going to get perfect shapes on it. He chose to shoot extra balls to get in a position where he can get perfect on it. You know, if you get perfect on it, you can usually control it. You know, you want to draw back a little bit. I'd play position for that ball in the side pocket for a break shot just in case the 8 goes in here. You know, which he did have a break shot even if the 8 would have went in. But that's what happens when you wait till the end there. You get straight in on this ball now. Now position's kind of tough. You might just draw back for the side pocket again. It's hard to tell if he's got a little angle on it or not. If the 8's out of the rack, you might shoot the 3 in the side and go 2 rails for position or 3 rails.
He's looking for John. No, I don't. Yes, I think he is. He wants him to drop the rack on the... He doesn't want to just count on the lines.
He wants to know if the 8's in the rack or not.
Right, right.
Because then he could shoot the 3 and go to 2 or 3 rails and get on it. There's actually great control in that combination. If you were playing 9 ball, you know, it wouldn't matter, but these little angles are very important when you're playing straight pool. Very rarely in nine ball you play position on a ball and try to get back on a shot that you're going to, break out a cluster. Instead of breaking out a cluster here, you're breaking out a full rack that you got to play position for. He's drawing back for the side. Mike, you can go crazy on this and draw with a little bit of left-hand English and come above the ball. He might do that. He's got the stroke for it.
No, he held it in the back.
Stayed in the rack.
Yeah, he take the long shot, the break shot's there, and just had to do too much to get back for that side pocket break shot.
He's going to let the referee rack here, make sure that the ball's in the rack, and just so there's no arguments. I'm sure it is. Yep. What's Dennis up over 100 balls now, huh? Does it look like 104?
Yeah.
Halfway home. Thorsten is almost Hohman. Terrible. It's amazing how well they hit those long shots.
Yeah.
You might have half a pocket here. If not, you start looking at shooting the ball straight. You got to cut it a little bit to play it off the 9 in the corner, but that's a definite possibility. The combination is another one. I think he has half a pocket the way he's getting up there.
Yeah, he's not.
It goes by the 13. Not so fast, he says.
I got this thing on my hand, but I'm not sure now.
Says I better look around. Maybe there's a dead one. The 7's going to hit the 6. The 6 is going to hit the 8. Is it going to carry him just right to pocket the 1 ball? That's the question. He's got a combo of 5-10. But the 12 ball in half the pocket. Again, if you're shooting these shots at home, forget the 13 is even in existence, and just shoot the 12 into the left part of the pocket as you're looking at pocketing the ball. If he hits the left side of the pocket, and from our angle, it almost looked like a combination.
Yeah.
He was playing the
there
combination.
The pocket of death. Okay.
So he didn't have room there.
Okay. So Thorsten has to come to the table with
Needing 10 balls, and there's
10
more than
balls.
10 balls on the table. He's got 13 or 14.
Okay, he's got to bridge over this mess here and knock out this combination and then get to something. Goes to the patch.
All right, we're going to excuse Tom Karabastos for just a few minutes. He'll be right back. Just watch your feet. $104, huh?
Yeah, the bad pocket got him.
Is that where the 12 ball's lying right now? To
Yeah, where it is now. Yeah, that's where he fouled it.
Well, it looks like this is, and I hate to say it, but this might be lights out right here for Dennis. Thorsten Hohman are only needing 10 balls from this point. And he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's got 8 on the outskirts. Hey, Gene, I'll be right back. I'm going to put some cameras on Earl Strickland's match.
Okay.
I think Thorsten needed all but 4 balls to
That's correct.
finish. So he needs 4 more. There's 8 on the table. You got 4 in the open.
Just to give everybody a heads up out there, this match looks like it's going to be over in a couple of seconds. And we do have Earl Strickland playing Johnny Archer on other camera angles, so we'll switch over there real quick when this match ends. But as soon as Joshua Filler and Jason Shaw are ready to go on the main table, we're going to switch back over to that match. So it's all exciting matches. What does he need from here, Gene?
4.
He doesn't want to necessarily shoot jacked up, but yeah, you have to. The 8 had room to go by it, and he was looking for that. Now the 11 or 4. Four balls better. You use the rail to play shapes. Right. You need 2 balls here. You know, you just gotta stay away from. But you're still going between the 10 and the 8 ball. Perfect. Fell on the 7 to the side.